welcome back to the channel. We just got off of our 5-day float trip yesterday. If you didn't check out the video, make sure you go and check it out. We had an amazing time, but it was exhausting. And today I needed a rest day. Ended up with a migraine last night. I think my body was just telling me, you need to rest. So today has been a rest day. I've just been relaxing. Now it's 5 o'clock and I realized, hey, I need to make dinner. And so I went down into the freezer because I was supposed to go to Costco today, but like I said, I had a rest day. I needed to go to the freezer to see what I could pull out for dinner because we pretty much cleaned out the fridge before we went on our float trip. Well, it gave me an idea. I'm gonna show you the freezer now. And then we're gonna have a week of trying to eat through our freezer and get it organized because hunting season is right around the corner. I am gonna go show you the freezer, but I just went and pulled these out. I obviously have been buying too much bread, so I pulled out 2 loaves of bread to use for this week, some cheese, because I know we ran out of cheese on our float trip. And then this is this amazing moose summer sausage that Mark makes, and it's frozen. So I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator and we'll eat on that this week because that's one of our favorite things. Now I will go to the grocery store at some point and buy fresh fruits and vegetables because these are much more empty than we're used to. Yep, we're pretty much out. And we can't live without our fresh fruits and vegetables, but I'm gonna just see what we can eat through in the freezer this week. I also found these sausages, which I know I didn't buy. They were probably from my mom. So we're gonna have those for dinner tonight because I've been relaxing today. And then we're gonna eat up some tater tots from the freezer and some green beans from the freezer. So I'll keep showing you what we eat out of the freezer this week. Kind of be fun. And then show you the organization of the freezer. All right, look at that, guys. 1 bag gone, 2 bags gone. We're already on a roll. Here, I'll show you this freezer first and then we'll organize it and show it to you at the end. So it's just got some lunch meat, which we'll pull out for this week. Random bag. Got some spinach. I'll combine that with another spinach, some pinto beans, a lot of frozen bananas, so maybe we'll make some banana cake this week. Some hot dogs, more bananas, some tortillas for their hot dogs, so we're good on hot dogs for the rest of the summer, obviously. And then we've got some rhubarb down there. This is raspberry jam. I would like to see how many we have those left because raspberries are about 2 weeks out. Some ice cream. Here's another lunch meat. We're going to be playing a lot this week, making lunches, so perfect. I'm going to get that out. Okay, we'll have some peas for dinner at some point. All right, not too bad. Hope you can see that. There's the before. We're going to organize it sometime in the next couple of days. Found like 5 crinkle cut fries in this bag. I don't even know where this bag came from. I never bought these. Probably Mark, but it feels good. Another thing gone. I just added it to the tater tots. We're already on a roll, you guys. This is a good thing to do. If you haven't cleaned out your freezer in a while, here is your motivation to do so. It's amazing what you'll find in there. All right, Operation Clean Out the Fridge and Freezer continues. We've got about 9 kids here for lunch today, and we're using up what we got. So I'm gonna make a little sandwich station. People can make themselves a sandwich, or they can have, I'm using up this meat that we bought for a party for like a Greek salad, and then Mark got out a corned moose roast. Oop. Out of the freezer. Has that cooking for dinner, and then we'll cook up some mashed potatoes with that. So I got some hummus. This is so rare for us, for our fridge to look this empty, but it's good. It's really good. In honor of this low spend week, I am not going to Costco. I told you guys earlier I would need some fruit, so that is what I went and did tonight. I went and got some fruit. I ended up getting a lot of things in bags because those ended up being the best prices. These apples look the best. They are a little bit more than I like to pay. They were $6.99 for this 3-pound bag. So that does not meet my under $2 a pound limit, but they looked much better than any of the other ones. These peaches and nectarines were on sale for $2 a pound each. So they were $3.99 each, which is a good price. And I was able to find some soft ones and they smelled good. So I grabbed them. Grabbed this big thing of sour cream because One of the things that I'm trying to use up out of the freezer are all these bananas, and so I'm gonna make my amazing banana cake, and it calls for sour cream. Plus we're having Mexican, so I got a bigger one. And that was $5.29. I grabbed these pickling spices because Mark realized we were out of them and we like to have them on hand, and those were $6.99, so that was kind of spendy. This is for a project that I've been wanting to do for a long time in the pantry. I finally grabbed them because Mark called and told me to grab these for the bottom of some of our folding chairs. So I grabbed 2 of those for $3.99 each, and this was like $2. Got some salsa, will last us a day or so. 2 batches of bananas, which were a really good price, 89 cents a pound, which I think is pretty good. So they ended up being $2.69 and $2.06. So I felt like that was a pretty good price, especially after I just edited a video of the bananas in Seldovia and they were $2.29 a pound. So 89 cents feels real good. Grab these pears because they're soft. And you guys know I never buy hard pears at Costco anymore because they never, ever get ripe. And these were $3.99 for the 2-pound bags as well. So these tomatoes were on sale for $1.79 a pound, and they looked good. I like that I could just choose the number that I wanted, so I grabbed these 5. Grabbed a gallon of milk for $3.99. Only grabbed 1 because I know that I will go to Costco next week and then I'll get 2. And then these were on sale for $5.99 as well. So all of this together cost $78, which seems like a lot for just this little amount of groceries, but it's definitely much less than I would have spent at Costco. So I feel good. Oh, my last thing that I didn't show you. I bought some of these Shore Gel because they had coupons on the side. So if you bought 3, you got $2 off. And we have a humongous raspberry patch. And if you wait until the raspberries are ripe and the blueberries in the fall, you cannot find these anywhere. I have a stock downstairs, but I always like to buy them when I can find a coupon. I got 6 of those. They're $3.29 each. And then if you bought 3, you got $2 off. So that was actually quite a big part of the purchase, so I have to remember that. So those will go downstairs in our storage room, ready for making freezer jam in just a couple weeks. There you have it. There's our little low spend Fred Meyer haul in the middle of our eat out of the freezer week. All right, that feels a little bit piddly compared to what it looks like when we get home from Costco, but I think it will get us through the week. Guys, I think this means that I'm feeling inspired to do a little bit of projects again. I was cleaning and organizing in my pantry a little bit today, just a little bit. Leave me a comment down below if you want to see a full tour of the pantry. But anyways, I have this section right here that holds our 5-gallon buckets so that it's easy to refill these big jars over here. And I made this curtain to cover it. The problem is it's a tension rod, but it doesn't hold tension. So I got these little hooks tonight that I'm gonna put underneath here, and hopefully will hold the rod, and this will stop being on the floor 95% of the time. It's only taken me 3 years to come up with this solution, or for it to bother me enough to do anything about it. Good. It's not going anywhere. Mark is gonna be so happy. He hated this thing. Man, I love it when a quick, under 5-minute project is like works out and it's exactly what you envisioned. Ah, yay! Why did it take me so long to do it? All right, Operation Clean Out the Freezer is still going strong. I found these sandwich thins, and then I got these sandwich meat out. So I'm making sandwiches. We're going to the zoo today, and then I got out dinner, this flank steak so that it can thaw today. And then I found some things in the freezer that were given to us that were not packaged appropriately, and I went and looked on the zoo's website and we can donate them. It's some fish that somebody gave us that it was not packaged properly. So I'm gonna donate that to the zoo. Feel good about that. I would not have realized it was in there.
if I hadn't been doing this week-long clean out of the freezer. I'm almost ready to show you the freezer because we've gotten a lot of stuff cleaned out of it and it'll be ready to show off. I really loved this week. It got my juices flowing again in regards to like cooking dinner because I wasn't so overwhelmed by all the things in my fridge. I made some amazing meals out of the freezer and the pantry this week. So I'm gonna show you where we're at with the freezer. I'm gonna spend 10 minutes organizing it and then I'm gonna show it to you again and then we'll go to the other freezer and show you what we have left. Actually pretty good. Very empty. Okay, give me like 10 minutes. I'm gonna go back and organize it and then I'm gonna show it to you after and show you what everything is. Ready to show you the bottom layer of the freezer and then I'll put the stuff back in and show you the next layer. There was a bit of ice buildup around the side which I can't deal with right now. It needs to be cold outside. In the winter time when we can move everything out of the freezer, put it in the outside in the cold snow and not ruin anything, we will defrost the freezer in the garage. But right now, I just got the part away. I got a big chunk out that was keeping the door from closing properly. So that should take care of it building up more ice. But I'm gonna show you what we have left. Keep our freezers organized. We like to use crates and boxes and then it keeps things together easier so when we need to go find it, we can. So this box here, this crate, it's still pretty full. It's because it's just all fish that is used for bait. These are little hooligan that we take with us when we go to the cabin. We'll grab one of those bags and we use it for bait when we're halibut fishing. This box here is just full of a couple moose loins from 2020. So we got a couple to get through. Empty box, which is always good to see right before hunting season. This one is our vegetables and fruit. So we have 2 packages of, actually this is 3 packages. 3 packages left of raspberries, so we need to use those up because raspberries are coming on. Then I have some cauliflower rice, which I need to use, and then some green beans. Our ice cream maker is over there. Now this crate is full of moose. This is moose from 2020, and this is all ground up. So ground moose is this crate, which is probably have about 10 packages left in there. And then over there is another crate and it has 2 moose steak packages, which I'm actually gonna combine with that over there so that I can fit a couple things in the bottom because that's all steaks as well. So moose steaks, moose burger, and then I'm gonna put bread in this one. It should be fun to come back 2 months from now and show you, fingers crossed, these freezers full of moose for our whole year's worth of food. Remember, we're right at the end of the summer. Hunting season is about to begin. In fact, Mark and Hunter left this morning for a caribou hunt. And if you want to see that, they're filming it for their Alaska Boys channel, so make sure to come back and check it out. One thing I for sure realized I had way too much of was loaves of bread. I feel like I just grab it every time I go to Costco, and we were not going through it that fast. So that's the last thing I added down here in the corner. There's 2 loaves of white bread to take to the cabin, 2 loaves of wheat bread, some rounds, a loaf of bread, and some hamburger buns. But now that I know they're here, we'll keep going through them. Okay, let me put the top layer back on and then I'll show you what's there. This just has butter, and then these are different things that have yeast in them. Somebody accidentally opened this the other day, so it needed to be put in the freezer. This one just has ice packs in it, which is nice to be able to just grab and throw into cooler bags. And then this one is a very fun one. These are all bear breakfast sausage from our son Bennett. Shot a bear this spring. That video is really, really fun. It's also over on our Alaska Boys channel. And then these are moose summer sausage, and they are amazing. We absolutely love that, and we have 3 of those left cut in half and put in bags like that. Now let's head out to freezer number 2 and I'll show you what we have out there. All right, freezer number 2 is a stand-up freezer. This is where we put all our stuff that we process. Things from Costco don't ever really come in this freezer. And again, we use a lot of boxes. So up here we have our salmon from this year, all our 2021 salmon. Fills up these 2 boxes, plus these beautiful king fillets over here. Then we have a nice dry moose roast. This is how we package all our moose roasts. It's like this. So it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4 moose roasts left. That's it. That's a good place to be in right before moose hunting season. This is all our halibut from this year. All right, so now we have some more of this bear meat, so we'll take that into the smaller freezer when we run low. So it looks like we have about 2, 4, 6, 8 packages left of that. Here's some more moose steak. Here is a 5-pound bag of moose burger. And what we do with this is Mark loves to make jerky out of moose, and so you need 5 pounds. So a couple years ago we started freezing them in 5-pound groups, and then it just is so much easier than having to thaw out 5 packages. So we do about 10 of those a year, and it's worked really well. So down here we have our last 3 raspberry jam. All right, so we've got some more moose steaks on this one, and we have something different down here. This is some more of that bear meat, but it is Italian sausage. So this was breakfast sausage up here. This one is Italian sausage. The bear we made into just Italian sausage and breakfast sausage. Bear can make you really sick if you don't cook it through all the way. So we didn't keep any steaks, and we just decided to make it into things that we use often, which is Italian and breakfast sausage. So that has been really, really fun to have. Okay, a few more things. Down here, oh, we've got another 5-pound package, and then we've got steaks. Mostly, everything I'm looking at here is different types of steak. So we have sirloin steak up here, we have round steaks. So this is so good for me to be going through, because it really just means I know exactly what we have. One last thing is one last thing of deer. We have a medium deer roast. It looks like the rest of the deer is gone. No, exactly what we need to be eating for the next couple weeks. I need to be making fajitas out of moose steak. Need to make lots of good things out of moose steak, because that's what we have the most of. And in addition to the freezer, we get to come out to the garden this weekend because I need some vegetables. I'm not going to Costco till next week, so I think we have some broccoli. If you have been here for a while, you know that I'm going for world's okayest gardener this year. I just have not had much time to spend in the garden, but we do actually have some things growing.
I'm eating a little one. Look at eat this.
How is it?
Good.
How's that taste?
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Right.
It's good.
All right, here's our third and final freezer. This one's up in the kitchen. We have some frozen peas, some frozen corn, another bag of frozen peas. Could probably combine those, but we'll be using them up this week. Mexican style cheese blend to get out when we run out, and some zucchini. So this is kind of the veggies and then the cheese. And then over here we've got 3 packages of hot dogs. This is a sign of summer. We don't buy these in the winter time, but sometimes they're nice to take camping. I also have 2 bags of frozen spinach. When the spinach looks like it's gonna go bad, I just throw it in the freezer. Then I can keep using it in smoothies. Over here I have a whole bag of individual bananas that I can throw into smoothies. They don't look appetizing, but they work well. And then I use these when the bananas go bad and we have them, which doesn't happen very often, but sometimes I'll buy them when they're going bad or buy them on sale because we love banana cake so much. And I will put the best banana cake recipe down in the description for you. All right, we've got 1 lone little guacamole. These are for fishing. It's just, and 2 little bottles of yeast and a little thing of coconut. And then up here we've got a few things. It's nice to keep a few meats up here so I don't have to run downstairs, but we don't keep very much up here. These are moose bratwursts that Mark made, so he brought them up to use next week for dinner. This is halibut. Then we've got some of this breakfast bear sausage in here because, you know, at breakfast time it's nice to have it. We'll pull this out the night before, put it in the fridge, and then by breakfast time it's ready. These are some frozen currants we need to make into something, and then we have one thing of steak and some rhubarb and one thing of raspberry jam. And then our ice. So not too exciting, but we do have a little bit of stuff up here in the kitchen. All right, question of the video to go along with freezers. How many freezers do you have in your house, and what is something that you can always find in your freezer? Tell me down in the comments. Be entered to win this month's giveaway for an Alaska gift box. Thank you so much for coming along this week as we looked through our freezers, and I did like a low spend week. We really only spent less than $80 this week on food. And it just felt good to move through the freezer, and now I know exactly what we have to move through the rest of the fall and fill our freezer with a moose, hopefully a caribou, and lots of raspberries here in the next couple of weeks. So thank you so much for watching. I'm Lauren with This Alaska Life, and I'll see you again soon.